Greetings everyone, it's Michael Anastasiadis here from Bosanoff Mortgages. Mortgages Made Easy, coming to you live with your weekly mortgage and interest rate update. And I'm going to get straight into it because I want to enjoy the long weekend like everyone else. And I'm going to start off with the bad news first. All the banks now, all the main big banks, the four big banks, ANZ, ASB, BNZ and Westpac, are currently closed for pre-approvals if you don't have a 20% deposit. So that's the bad news. I think Westpac may still be doing one or a few more, but the other banks are closed. So if you don't have a 20% deposit, I can't get you pre-approved anymore with those other banks. If you're with Kiwi Bank, I can, on a case-by-case basis, I've got to seek their approval. But if you've got a 20% deposit, all the banks will look at you. But it just shows me that the banks now are running close to what they call their speed limits, which is the Reserve Bank loan-to-value ratios. So there's only so much of lending or funding the banks are allowed to do with people without a 20% deposit. And most of the big banks have hit that ceiling at the moment. I'll be updating you when that changes. So what that means, it means if you've got that pre-approval currently in place, there's no guarantee it'll be extended once it expires. And that's for people without a 20% deposit, right? I don't want to confuse everyone here. So get cracking and buy that property if you can, because no guarantee the bank will roll that pre-approval over once it expires. If you've got a pre-approval and you've got that 20% deposit, that's probably good news for you, because your competition is slowly going to get weeded out over the coming months, because there'll be fewer people at open homes. So that's good news for you, because the buyer's market will just continue. Not good news though if you're a vendor looking to sell, because it'll be less people at open homes, less people confident to put in offers, because people want to have that pre-approval in their hands before they put in an offer. Now the banks do look at what they call live applications. So it means they will look at an application if you've had an offer accepted on a property, if you have at least a 10% deposit. And of course here I'm talking about first home buyers in general here, not investors. Investors, you still need that 30% deposit to buy an existing property, or 20% if you're buying a new build. But yeah, it sort of seems to have dried up with investors looking for new builds. They're mostly looking at existing properties at the moment, well, especially in Wellington they are anyway, because they're quite, you know, the housing market here is slumped really in Wellington. So it's a very good time to buy in Wellington if you can get the lending. But that's the unfortunate news. If you were thinking of buying with a 10% deposit, you've got to get in touch, because that window has temporarily closed with most of the banks. In terms of interest rates, I'll give that a quick update. No changes. 4.99 for 1 year, 4.95 for 18 months, and 4.99 for 2 years. I won't bother with the rest of the rates because no one's going beyond 2 years at the moment. The next OCR cut is on the 28th of May, and I'll bring you live what happens there and what the Reserve Bank is projecting for the official cash rate, and I'll give you that live. And of course every Thursday tune in for the weekly mortgage and interest rate update. Anyway guys, I hope you have a great long weekend wherever you are. That's me signing out, and we'll be live with another video next week. Until then, ka kite, God bless, and enjoy the long weekend. Cheers guys.